So, I guess since we're already here, could I ask you something?
Well, I don't see why not.
Why aren't you a psychopump now no more?
First, I want to congratulate you on your nearly correct pronunciation, King. That's a big step for you. Have you been practicing?
Sometimes in the mirror.
Well, that's what we all like about you. It's your go get 'em attitude, your spirit.
Thank you. I like my muscles.
Yeah, they're very good as well. King, I don't know how you were taught to approach delicate subjects. Usually people just don't go around asking things like that.
Yeah, but I don't know. I'm really bad at being subtle, so I figured it'd be better to just ask directly.
I think Kato leaves his desk and kind of walks down to the shoreline, and just looks wistfully into the middle distance over the astral sea.
I will join him.
King, psychopomps have a number of functions. You're aware that we move souls from the inner planes to the outer planes, corner cases, people who go to one afterlife or another, or souls who get lost for something. Unfinished business creates ghosts if they're not attended to. But sometimes there's another function we serve when people are on the line between life and death, and it's not clear which way they're going to tip. Are you familiar, perhaps, with stories of people playing chess with death?
But you could do that? Like as a person?
It's up to the psychopomp's discretion if how they wish to handle their duties. It's not, strictly within the guidelines to do that sort of thing, but it happens from time to time. If somebody's could go either way, and psychopomp can't make a determination with the limited information that we have.
So, can you play any game with them? Like arm wrestling?
In theory, yeah. Our abilities allow us to do that. Perhaps I should have. I did something a bit more irresponsible.
Like what?
I took pity on someone, and I let them go back.
Isn't that a good thing sometimes, though?
I thought so at the time. I thought I was doing a kindness, but some people don't deserve a second chance.
Who did you send back?
A bad man. Someone who hurt a lot of people. Back on the prime material.
Hitler.
Wouldn't that be a great twist? That's like how Full Metal Alchemist, the original anime ends. It's like, oops, now it's Hitler.
It's good times.
It's really not. It was a great show until then. Anyway.
What, you don't love the idea of, my magic was powered by the Holocaust?
You know what, Laura? I don't. I don't know if I'm going to leave this in, but it's very, very macabre.
But even if you made the mistake, I mean, you didn't hurt all the people.
Didn't I, King? If my actions led directly to that outcome, it's my responsibility.
Well, I mean, I guess, but not really.
Well, that is what we were discussing just a moment ago, before the cliffhanger of the last episode.
What's an episode? What's a cliffhanger?
What responsibility do you bear for Babel's actions? You think yourself the father because you cut a finger off one of the pieces of this creature, but you are a stranger to the entity known as Babel and all its other permutations. It is not your job to try to reform or change it. It is going to do an act of great destruction, and you can stop that. I think if you bear any responsibility, it's to use your power to save lives.
But what about if it sees me as a father?
Will that bring the people killed by its actions back?
No, but you do everything you can for family.
Tell me, King, if Babel brings back the Proteans and kills scores of people, Will you go around to all the families and look them in the eye, those survivors, and you tell them that you couldn't do what needed to be done? Will you explain yourself to them personally?
No, I think I would just beat the Proteans.
You would beat an entire race back into extinction? That is perhaps even a greater crime.
I mean, I don't need to kill them necessarily. Just defeat them so they turn their tails and run.
For days, weeks?
I don't know. However long I need to, I guess. Till they get bored.
Or until eventually you die. Presumably you spend the rest of your life fighting a species of chaotic serpents from the beginning of time. And then, even if you succeed, you eventually pass on and then they go back to work. And you are responsible for all the deaths from now until the end of time.
Huh. I thought I was already dead.
Oh, King. Perhaps you should speak with the rest of your party. Maybe they can explain to you in a more simple term than I have access to.
I guess. But I just want to let you know that I don't think it's really your fault. Like, I always tell Lime that if she's sorry about something, then it's okay, and she can come back from mistakes.
That is what I'm trying to do, King. That's what the Furies are. A promise to make sure this never happens again. To make sure bad men don't just get to walk around doing whatever they want. This is how I make it up.
Okay.
Now, do you want to have any other heavy conversations to open the comedy podcast, or do you want to go meet up with the rest of the people?
Sometimes my dick's really heavy when I wake up in the morning, and it's tough to get out of bed.
Chris, how are you? You broke the last recording.
Yeah, it's good now. See, here's the thing, Austin, and this is folly on you. I kept Audacity open so I could monitor my line. It wouldn't have happened if I had closed it and started playing WoW or something else like I normally do. So I blame this on you and your checklist, Austin. Checkmate.
Oh, I totally go off of the Audacity window as soon as it's loaded.
Yeah, onto Roll20, not onto WoW.
Oh, no.
Wow,
no.
it's not WoW,
No.
but it's some Korean import of it. It's not important.
I bet you can't guess which, but there has been at least one episode of this show that I was playing American Truck Simulator while recording.
It's just the blatant disrespect at every turn. It's palpable.
Sometimes I just watch Big Mouth with the subtitles on, so I can't hear the funny voices, but I can still read it.
Austin, what the fuck was going on in this show last time we did a recording? Who's this centipede snake dragon boy?
Back at the asylum, the rest of the party finishes filling out all their paperwork, and you are all deemed not a threat to yourselves or anyone because you lie on your paperwork. Presumably, you're all huge threats to everyone around you.
What? No.
Never.
I mean, I'm not.
So they can't hold you, and they give you back your items and weapons, and they're going to release you. Presumably, you get billed for the doorknobs you melted, Cordelia, but I assume you just send that bill to Cato's office.
I mean, yes, but also I do not care if it ever gets paid. Doorknobs are not that expensive.
It's the principle of the thing. You can't just go around melting doorknobs.
Whoa. What kind of society are we living in?
Birth is a curse. Existence is a prison. I don't know why I got so French. Oh boy.
What did we learn while we were in there again?
We were keeping two of the virtues out of the fight, which actually renders the other two vulnerable, so we can actually eliminate them.
Okay, yeah. So we didn't make any progress on the on the whole Slardy front, but we did at least make some progress on not getting murdered by angels.
Correct. So where does the team meet back up?
Waffle House.
I like that they put the chocolate chips on the waffle for me.
See, Blake's really more interested in the interplanar House of Pancakes, but...
That's also very good. I was going to ask if we could get a Waffle House D&D version, but...
Nifyx is good with anywhere that's got those, what do you call them? The Mountain Dew pancakes.
What?
That's a horrible idea. That is such a...
They were Mountain Dew pancakes. Listen,
I had to stop. I was like, is that a real thing?
I have eaten pancakes that were rolled up and filled with cannoli cream. And even I feel shameful about the phrase Mountain Dew pancakes.
Don't Google that.
Oh,
Don't
they
Google
are
it.
real. Oh.
Oh, are they? See, I was just going to try to figure out how to do it myself, but now that I can
just
find a
will
recipe...
these things into existence? Because I know at the start of the sentence I thought I was inventing something chaotic, but
They're so gooey. Oh, no, that's syrup.
Is it green syrup?
Oh, they're so
Mountain Dew
gross.
pancakes in a can? Why are they so green?
yeah. So Nifyx wants a side of those.
Okay, so this episode opens with King and Kato talking on the beach about their trauma, and then it cuts to the interdimensional House of Pancakes, and Nifyx is just digging into a huge stack of Mountain Dew flapjacks.
That's a good cut. That's a good transition.
If Nifyx has a Mountain Dew pancakes, I want mouse pancakes.
Like shaped like a mouse?
No, they're full of mice because I'm a snake person.
Oh, okay, but they're shaped like normal pancakes.
Well, no, now they're both filled with mice and also shaped like mice.
And they're enchanted, so they can scurry about the table like mice.
And they squeak.
Yeah, it's pretty cute, except you're gonna murder them.
Well, c'est la vie.
Do we have any leads right now on where that big gem we need to find is?
Okay, so I think the party talks about everything they've learned. You put all your clues together. Let's recap. Babel is a slod. He is the conduit of primordium, which is new cell growth. So when anything gets cut off of him, it turns into a new slod. All of these all these toads, the red one from the first arc, then the blue and the green one from the race, they're all part of the same organism. It's kind of like the Yggdrasil. It's a single organism that stretches throughout all the planes. They're all kind of networked, and they can only focus on a task if they're all close together, or if they all like stop what they're doing and focus very hard, which is how one of them talked to King. Other than that, they all seem completely insensible. It's why they're constantly babbling, gibbering incomprehensibly, because literally each one is like a brain cell by itself.
Yeah.
So what Babel wants to do is to return the Sladi to their earlier form, proteans, which are the centipede dragons that we were admiring at the beginning of the recording. A quick distinction: centipedes, not millipedes. Millipedes are cool bros. They just eat like dead leaves. They're not bothering anybody. They're cute. They're wonderful. Centipedes are like,
So they start at the top of the screen and start moving their way down back and forth, and if you shoot them in the middle, they break into multiples.
that's
It's not good.
good reference. Yeah, centipedes are basically hate fuck needle monsters. They're venomous and they're carnivorous, and they will end your shit if they can.
Yeah, they're not cool.
Yeah, so the names are very similar, but they could not be more night and day. And we're talking about the hate fuck version of this particular animal. And yeah, they have a long serpentine body and a kind of draconic or alligator head. That's what Slotty used to be before they were cursed by the god of law and order. I keep saying law and order, and I know people hear the TV show chime. I gotta stop saying that. But yes, Primus, the robot god of Modrons, in 5th edition lore, this is actually a retcon, not important, but he cursed the Slotty to be stuck in like comical toad form, where they kind of like troll people, but they're not a big threat to anyone. The Proteans were. They're all dead now. All the good gods teamed up and killed them, as is true in pretty much every world mythology. And this is what Baba wants to reverse. The plan was to use the diamond to revive a protean and then use its genetic material to create a whole new race using life itself as like a womb. You have killed that first plan because you have the diamond. Blake has the diamond. And they could get another one, but I think Babel said, like, imparted to King that they're just going to use themselves as genetic material now. They're just going to melt themselves down to return to Proteans, which is, it's a bigger sacrifice, but the result is the same.
So, did we settle on, like, is there a Babel Prime, and does dealing with Babel Prime deal with the root problem, or do we have to deal with all the sludge?
Oh, you mean like werewolves?
Yeah, like werewolves. While this running joke was developing, I had this in the back of my mind the whole time that it was going to be relevant, which is why it was double funny for me. Yeah, there is a Babel Prime. Nifyx saw it when you detected thoughts on the one you captured during the race.
Yeah.
Babel Prime is like a rainbow-colored one. It's Roy G. Biv on its skin, and they're always like moving and shifting around its body, these colors. That one, you think if you kill it, that would be like, ripping the heart out of this organism. It would, if not kill the other ones, it would detach them from each other so that they would no longer be a single thing.
It would stop the thought process and the ability to plan and work towards a plan as much as the slutty can.
Yeah, and in fact, I'm just gonna say this: the Babel Prime has a great soul. So if to pay back the Yawklaw, killing Babel would accomplish that. Soul caging, Babel Prime would accomplish that.
Yeah,
and
to me, this sounds like the guilt-free. This is the kill we do to pay off our debt and sort ourselves out.
The only other great soul you're aware of right now is Tragedy, the Norn, and betraying somebody who can see the future is, I'll say, an audacious move.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what King tells you all. He says he went to Cato's office, he talked to Babel, and here's all the lore that he was given. He just kind of regurgitates it verbatim because he doesn't understand all of it. And so you're all there eating your pancakes. What do you discuss?
So I think I have to kill my son.
You have a son?
Yeah. The slotty that I cut. It grew up into a big slotty.
Yes, kill him.
I talked with him and we swam in the astral sea together. And we hugged.
That honestly sounds beautiful.
Yeah, but I think I have to kill him or else he becomes a monster that kills everybody.
Yeah, that's how it's sounding.
Yeah, it sounds like you cut a monster that regenerates into another version of itself. And that's it.
Yeah, he's a good kid.
So team, where do we go looking for this rainbow slutty? Because these things are chaos itself. They are the sort of creation of new things. Where'd you hide something like that? Like, I'm gonna put this the way I've been mulling it over. Where is the biggest womb in all of the planes? Is there like a plane that is essentially like this is the birth plane?
The waitress behind your back just mutters, "Your mom."
Bring me more Mountain Dew pancakes.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm going to tip her extra for that one.
Code red this time.
Oh no!
Didn't your dog smell something over by the hive?
Yeah. That was when we were tracking Slardy, wasn't it?
Yep, there was that list of locations on the world map, and one of them you haven't been to is the Hive, which is a ward of Sigil known for its crime. You were specifically, Roy traced the Slod scent back to an area of the Hive that was controlled by the Xaositects, a faction that worships chaos.
Yeah, as I'm pretty sure I said at the time, a faction that worship chaos sure sounds like where a big important Slardy would end up.
Honestly, it's pretty wild to me that it would be the last place you'd check, given the nature of this. I thought it was too obvious a clue. I was like, no, they're going to go there first thing.
I trusted Roy, but we're not a smart group.
It's not a criticism. It's just an interesting thing about planning is you never know what the group's gonna latch onto or decide, even when you think the choice is clear. So
Yeah,
it's just a thing.
Okay, can we go to Slotty Town?
Okay, you can go to the Hive if everyone's ready. If anybody want to establish anything about this IHOP or do any character work here?
King asks to see a calorie count menu.
All the meals next to them under calories just says yes.
I need to understand my macros.
You're in the wrong place, buddy.
Oh, is the calories in the water?
Everything. Our fruit will give you diabetes.
I'm gonna stand outside. I think the air is full of sugars.
Yeah.
Just more delicious sugar air for me.
Yeah, Cordelia's just gonna.
One thing podcast audiences are famous for, it's loving mouth sounds.
That is a great album, and I will not hear any criticism of it.
It is a great album, but
The Neil Cicierega?
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure we're on the same page.
Yeah, his music ended up on the show once. What was I saying? Yeah, there's gonna be some ASMR listeners out there that like our mouth sounds.
All right. Everybody's at full health, but you didn't long rest. You got food from you just got HP from food, but you still have missing spell slots if that's how your character works.
Yeah.
Why don't we roll survival to head into the Hive?
Well, I crit failed.
Whoops.
21.
17.
14.
All right. So the group passes, but King botched. So I want to add a funny detail for King. So you enter the Hive. I don't think our audience needs a disclaimer about the connection between poverty and crime. Obviously, this is written from a perspective that's a bit problematic, and I'm just using it.
What?
I'm aware. I think we're all on the same page here vis-a-vis crime and stuff, but I do want to explore this fiction a little bit in a way that might seem uncomfortable at first, which is you head into this area and it's pretty rough. And as you're looking around for where Roy sniffs some slotties, King, you were approached by some rough-looking types with like knives and brass knuckles of various races, different alignments, and so forth. And they seem like they're going to try to mug you. And they're like, "Hey, where you think you're going, buddy?"
These dudes looked upon this group and decided to pick a fight with the biggest and strongest member of this group.
Well, it's prison rules. You pick a fight with the biggest and strongest to show how big and strong you are.
All right, well, I want a little tiny Adabisi hat for this conversation then.
If the group failed, maybe they'd be actually more successful at mugging you, but this is just a flavor botch. So obviously you can take these guys. In fact, I'd say they actually look mostly like tweens. They're like 12, 13-year-old, maybe like street kids. They don't actually seem like... Whoop.
Can I roll Constitution to try to start eating one of them?
Lauren's working through some stuff over there, huh?
Oh, I sure am. I'm gonna do it anyway.
Uh-huh.
God.
I rolled an 18.
Why do you insist on boring these teens?
Listen, if some little punk is gonna try to mug me, they're gonna get bit.
Okay, King, do you say anything as these sharks come up and they're snapping and they're getting ready for their West Side Story number?
I know how to handle this, guys. Let's arm wrestle for all of the oh, they're gone.
Cordelia just starts eating this urchin from the top down, and they all scream and run away, except for the one she's eating.
I'll stop eating him. Let that be a lesson to you, young person.
Oh my god, this girl's crazy, run!
I want to grab them by the shirt collar.
Uh-huh.
Be like, do you know where any slotty are? It's important. I'm a dad.
It's important. I'm a dad. The street tough tells you that the slotty used to hang out down at Jasper House.
Oh, okay, cool. Hey, what's your name?
Oh, please don't make me a character. I just want to escape from the scene.
What's your conduit?
No!
What's your unique voice?
No! Too much responsibility.
What are your hopes and dreams?
Are you okay? Is this someone you're genuinely trying to press gang into the story, or are you just trolling me?
Yes. Now.
Oh fuck! Here goes Austin. Just gonna say some shit. Hey, my name's Balthazar. I'm a polar bear cardinal.
Wait, the one I was trying to eat was a polar bear?
Yes.
Go me.
Where are your parents?
Hey, I don't got no parents. I'm a street kid. Look at my switchblade.
That's pretty cool. I currently am harboring some deep-seated feelings about potentially having to kill my son, so I need a surrogate to express my love onto right now. Can it be you?
Does that mean you won't kill me?
I don't think I'm gonna kill you.
Okay, Pops.
Let's go, son.
I'm gonna pick him up, put him on my shoulders.
He's twice your size.
I don't care. I'm doing it.
Strength check to pick up this polar bear man. It's an anthropomorphic polar bear. Cardinals are the neutral good species.
18.
All right, I'm gonna roll for thickness. 2. He's not thick enough.
Come on, son.
Okay, King hoists this polar bear and just starts walking in the direction he pointed.
What's your conduit?
Snow?
Informer.
Informer, you know, say daddy me, snow me, I go blame a licky boom boom down. That's the
A
line.
licky boom boom down.
A licky boom boom down.
I can't say it that
Yeah.
fast.
Informer, you know, say daddy me, snow me, I go blame a licky boom boom down.
Damn!
Oh boy.
It's you, Laura.
What's it do?
Licky boom boom down.
Yeah, that's what it does. It makes you licky boom boom down.
Oh, so it's like nonsense? Or
How dare you? He's Informer is our national anthem.
Okay, that's actually a pretty dope song.
Uh-huh. Do you think our audience is old enough to know what we're talking about?
I hope
it's
not.
It's a song about someone who is arrested by the police after being accused of a crime and eventually managed to get off because they have an alibi, I believe.
They saw Snow stab somebody down the lane. A
licky boom boom down.
Sometimes the system works. Okay, so you travel deeper into the Hive. It's a disadvantaged neighborhood. It's pretty rough. A lot of broken windows here. You see in the distance Jasper House, an old rotted manor of once prominent family, now abandoned. And there's a sign outside that has been defaced. It used to say Jasper House, and now it says
Asper House.
of course, yes, obviously. And there's other graffiti. People have drawn penises all over the outside, naturally.
How many graffiti penises?
You want to roll for that?
Roll for graffiti penis.
What do I roll to
Perception?
know how many penises?
I'm gonna roll investigation to see if there are the telltale signs of slot activity. Whatever that
I rolled
means.
an 11.
You find 11 penises and not much else. The house has been abandoned. There's
That was my investigation roll. It did not go well.
yeah, not well.
You couldn't find any of them.
Didn't find shit.
There's trash on the lawn. The fence has been knocked down. It used to be a pretty nice house. It's 2 stories, wooden, a kind of thing that was passed from generation to generation until the factory closed down and they were forced to move out or whatever. But it's abandoned now.
Is it good trash? Can I take some old chairs home or something? Can I?
Chairs would have to go inside. The trash on the lawn is mostly alcohol bottles, like trashy wine bottles and stuff.
Oh, it's the cheap stuff, not the even good.
Yeah, exactly, cheap stuff.
It's a squat house.
But yeah, Balthazar, the polar bear, who is now a character, I don't have any notes for this person, tells King, hey, yeah, Slot used to come in and out of here all the time. I haven't seen him in a while.
when was the last time you saw them?
I don't know. I'm a kid. Days kind of just all blend together, I don't have any responsibilities, so...
Me either. Oh wait, no, I'm supposed to save the universe.
Did they tend to come and go from a specific direction, somewhere that can point us in a way to start walking, looking for clues?
They used to come in and out of the front door.
I'm gonna kick that door wide open. I'm gonna football punt it.
Yeah, roll with advantage because it's rotted.
to just do a strength.
Yep.
23.
Yeah, I mean, the door doesn't even kick in; it just explodes in a shower of dust. You breathe in the door.
Boom! Watch your head, Balthazar!
Are you gonna put me down? Or are you gonna carry me the whole time, Pops?
I don't know. Let's see. This is kind of a good traps workout, so...
What if we make you Baby Bjorn?
No, we can't do 2 seasons of Baby Bjorns.
Baby Bjorn every season. For every baby, there must Bjorn.
It's like the library. We need one every season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So does anybody want to roll anything about this house? Everyone's being very resistant to
investigate.
this house.
I want to look around the house. I want to see clues, perceive clues, insight as to where they went.
I'm going to use perception.
I'm also going to do investigation, but it's not the same as the penis investigation.
I rolled a 10.
19!
I don't think I can call this episode the penis investigation. YouTube won't like that, but it is very funny.
I crit on investigation.
Hell yeah, Nifyx. Do you pull
Can you use like a variant word? Could it be the penile investigation?
I'm pretty sure that's still not be cool.
Well, just call it Law and Order
Penis.
PIU, Penis Investigation Unit. Everyone will know what it means.
Yeah. So I created that look around the room.
Yeah, Nifyx, do you pull out a magnifying glass or?
She found all the penises.
Oh yeah, no. I'm going full Professor Layton here.
That reminds me of a puzzle.
Professor? That's pretty good. I'm a little boy. Oh.
This reminds me of a puzzle. Ooh. I went a bit Mickey Mouse there.
Uh-huh.
I love puzzle.
This reminds me of a puzzle. Yo!
Wow.
Oh god, we're all dying.
Okay, so Nifyx enters Jasper House and starts just looking everywhere under every piece of furniture, just in every crack and crevice. And she really is going to find a lot of clues. The rest of you,
Yeah, I'm pixel hunting. I am clicking on every pixel until something pops up that I found something.
I'm busy asking Balthazar about all of his favorite foods.
Okay, everyone's looking around for clues. I say the first thing, Nifyx, that you notice is that you find a staircase up to the second floor. You walk up it, you see a bedroom, you see a bathroom. You're like checking everything out, and what catches your eye is that the house doesn't seem to line up right. Like you came up on the staircase on the east side of the house, but then on the second floor you're on the west side. You like look out in the window and see the street, and it feels like you're on the wrong side. And then you go back downstairs to check, and you come down and on completely other side of the house. Now you're in the kitchen.
Okay, this is sort of time and space. Things just don't like make sense in physical space. It's what's the term? Non-Euclidean geometry.
Yeah, the term non-Euclidean gets thrown around a lot because of Lovecraft, but yeah, you got the idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, you that's what's happening, and so you're figuring that out. And because you crit, I want to give you a second thing, which is you walk by a bedroom door and you hear voices on the other side. You hear someone say, I mean, if you think about it, all houses are kind of haunted, aren't they? By the things that happen there?
Ooh. Can I tell anything about this speaker based on what I'm hearing here?
Perception.
Okay, cool. 7.
No, you can't. It's too muffled behind the door, but the door's unlocked if you test the handle, so...
I'm debating, do I open the door or do I try and detect thoughts? I'm gonna try and open the door.
Yep, Nifyx, you open the door and you see an empty bedroom.
Ghosts.
Yeah, of course I do. Hello?
You get no reply.
Okay. If I walk back out and close the door, do I hear the voice through the door again?
No.
Okay. My debate was, has the house shuffled? Is it one of those, if I close the door, it'll go back to the position, the orientation of doorways and things it was previously? Or does it just shuffle every time I do something? Okay.
You cannot discern a pattern. You crit, so I'm giving you... this isn't like a misdirection.
I assumed that I wouldn't be able to discern a pattern because chaos and randomness. I'm assuming that's the whole deal of why we're here. Random chaos. In the spirit of chaos, is there another random door somewhere nearby that that Nifyx can just sprint to and open for no reason?
Sure, Nifyx, you can continue your investigation. Let's cut back to the rest of the group. Is anybody doing anything particularly interesting you want to share with the class?
I'm just gonna flip all the furniture over.
Okay, Cordelia, you go into the kitchen, you just knock over like a table, you go into the dining room, you kick over the chairs and the table, you go to the living room.
I don't kick it because I have no legs, but thank you for the reminder, all-knowing voice in my head.
You tail whip. I mean, tail whip doesn't deal damage, but it lowers defense?
Isn't our whip lower attack?
That's growl.
I thought growl was lower defense, but maybe you're right. I don't know.
You'll never know. Maybe they're under the coffee pot.
Tail whip lowers defense. Come on.
Yes, tail whip decreases defense. Yep. No one knows because no one uses
Hey,
it.
when I was 11 years old doing some hardcore Pokemon Red versus Blue playthroughs, you had to use it for a little bit until your Rattata got good moves.
All right, so Cordelia, you're knocking over furniture. You're going just absolutely apeshit on this place. And as you march into, I keep using leg words. You wouldn't march. As you
Slither.
Into, what's a cool room?
Billiard room.
Library. This way we get the library out of the way too.
Or a conservatory.
Planetarium.
What is a conservatory?
It's like a greenhouse in a house.
It's where you can serve.
It's like a place where you could grow plants. Generally has windows.
Oh, like the snake room in Series of Unfortunate Events.
Yeah, or the conservatory in Clue.
I like the snake room because I'm a... Can it just be a room full of snakes? Can it be a room full of snakes? I need this.
So what happens is, so you slither into a new room and you find yourself in quite a different scene than you were expecting.
Is it a room full of snakes? Because I can talk to snakes and I haven't encountered any yet.
Cordelia, can you narrate to the audience the first time you killed someone? What that looked like?
The first time I killed somebody, who did I kill? Maybe it was a nun, because that's fun.
Is it fun to kill a nun?
Because they rhyme. It so automatically is fun. I also do love to commit a blasphemy.
I mean, it is drawing some interesting parallels because the faction you joined is run by someone who dresses like a nun.
I mean, people can wear costumes. It wasn't, I don't have a thing about nuns. This one was just very rude. She kept hitting me in the hands with the thing, because...
So Cordelia went to Catholic school. God, this is just adding so many dimensions.
Yep, now that's where I'm going now.
All right, yeah, describe to me the scene. Like, when the investigators from Hannibal roll up, what do they find?
Ooh. Oh, no, people are going to get mad at me. I can't be too gross. Oh, geez.
Here is the show.
And I know so much about murder. It's probably unhealthy.
Do you really think we don't have any people like you who listen to this show who just love murder?
I don't love murder. That makes it sound like I want people to get murdered.
Well, you can't have true crime without the murders happening.
I mean, there's true crime that isn't about murders. Let's talk about... Well,
yeah, but no one likes those.
That's not true.
I'm into the fraud stuff, personally.
Isabella Gardner Museum heist, come on.
Oh, okay, yeah, you got me.
I'm trying to make it sound like I'm not weird. How about we talk about the Toynbee tiles instead?
Oh, I love those. Those are so
Thank
cool.
you.
Yeah, no, well, he's here in Philly, so I see them fucking everywhere.
Wait, you get to see them in person? That's so cool.
Yeah, there's one like 2 blocks from my apartment.
Does it say Resurrect Dead, or is that a different one?
It's barely legible at this point. I can't
That
remember.
makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know a lot about Catholic schools. Hold on.
Oh, it sucks.
Yeah, I imagine so. I'm just trying to think of, where can I...
It was very amusing that as a sophomore, I can recall a teacher who vividly described, he's like, just so you know, the laws let us still beat you. We don't, but we could if we want to. And I was like, you're like
Jesus.
80 and you're in a room of like 16-year-olds. Like we're at the height of our physical peak right now. I don't think if you started to start shit, it would work out that well for you.
Okay, so me thinking Lauren, yes, as a child murderer. I probably wouldn't be very good at the particulars yet, right? So I like to think she just like.
I'm sorry to interrupt you. You said child murderer, and I'm realizing you meant you were murdering as a child in Catholic school and not you were murdering children.
Oh, no, that's right. Okay, so I was not murdering children. Would never.
I'm just, somebody in the audience literally just felt their heart seize up when you said that.
I was a child who was doing a murder.
Yeah.
I think I like hid in the fridge in the teacher's lounge. Like strangled her because I'm a snake, and then I put her in the fridge.
Okay, so you didn't do anything elaborate with the body yet.
No, I was just like, oh shit.
So you open this door to the conservatory, and inside you find a teacher's lounge, and there's just it's like empty except for a fridge, which is pulsing menacingly. And you open it, and a teacher falls out.
Well, this is weird. This is hello, who is mad at me up there?
Blake and King, what are you two doing?
I would like to be in the fridge, checking to see if they've got any food.
There's just a little bit of food, and it's all rotten.
I don't think I can make anything out of this. Hey, Balthazar, do you want some of this spare chicken burrito I have?
You just have a chicken burrito on your person at all times?
Well, it was gonna be lunch.
I mean, shit, yeah, Pops. I'll take a chicken burrito. I ain't a square.
Go for it. I made it myself, with Lime's help.
He doesn't know what that means, so he eats the chicken burrito, and then upon finding that it's very limey, he's like, hey, what's going on here? Why is it so zesty?
I had to put a lot of limes in it, because we have a lot of limes in our house, because of lime.
You're a weird dude, you know that?
I guess. I don't know. I have a lot of love to give.
King, you go to leave the kitchen, and you also see a room very perplexing to you. What was this scene the first time you were forced to kill as a child?
I imagine it was a pretty innocuous looking person. Actually, no. You know what? It was a soldier. There was a soldier coming to attack the organization that King was a part of, and part of King's duties back then was to protect it, so his first kill was a soldier. And it was a very bloody affair. And I don't know if King actually realized at that point that he killed him.
So you leave the kitchen and you walk into like the grounds of the Nexus was the name of the organization?
Yes.
So you're just like back at the Nexus, and there's a dead soldier just like lying there, and you're covered in blood, but you're not reacting the way a child would. You're just kind of standing there.
Yeah, well, because there's applause.
There's applause?
Yeah, back then there was.
From like people who were there training the children were like clapping because you did a murder?
Yeah, from the other kids, from the people who trained the kids, from the leader.
And is Lloyd there? I'm picturing him in the crowd with a look of venomous jealousy.
Yeah, he's definitely there. He was so proud.
Oh, he was proud.
Yeah. We were a family. Well, the kids were a family.
And so that was like the support network, because the thing we talked about before with like Lloyd and King in that scene where he gave you the fly swatter was that Lloyd was having trouble reintegrating into like civilian life. Like he didn't know what to talk about with people. He like couldn't go on dates and stuff because like all he knew was that life. And so like killing people was so normalized that he saw that and was like, oh, you got an A in your test, buddy. Good job.
Yeah, well, this was the metric by which their entire lives were built upon. That and just being the strongest within the group of 8. So he always had, think like the older brother mentality where he was always number one, but you could still be proud of your little siblings for accomplishing something.
Blake,
Yes.
same thing. What are you looking at and what do you walk into?
Well, Blake was wandering upstairs
Mm-hmm.
in the house because it seemed like the ground floor was covered. And his first murder would have been when he it's a retiree who was about to going to get their pension collection soon, and the company couldn't have that, and he was already going to be old and infirm anyway, so they figured it was a good introductory level job. And it was fine. I mean, he lived alone, but it was just kind of a not so fancy, upper middle class, just 2-floor housing unit. Guy lived alone. It's pretty easy to get in, suffocate him in his sleep with a pillow.
I mean, that transitions so cleanly. You walk up the stairs in this old house and turn a corner into a room, and there's just like someone you already killed in the bed there. Like, it probably takes like a minute to even realize like you're not in the same place anymore.
Yeah, probably not.
What do you do seeing the slumbering retiree in their bed?
Blake looks at his watch, steps back out of the room, closes the door, goes to go back downstairs to find the rest of the group.
Yeah. Nifyx, we left you. You were running experiments to figure out if you could get the rooms to shuffle in such a way that it would be advantageous to you. Can you roll Arcana to accomplish this?
Yeah, I can roll that.
Yeah, something magical's going on.
10. Oh.
Yeah, that's average. I'm going to say you don't figure out how to manipulate the house in any way by doing this, but you do just by continuing to repeat it, running from door to door to door, opening, closing. You do happen upon another scene. You open.
So I've not worked out how to do it, but I'm brute forcing some shake-ups.
Absolutely. It's like you're trying to do a speed run in Donkey Kong 64 where you just got to hit a certain pixel in the floor to clip through, and there's no way to get it 100% of the time. You just got to try until you do it.
The game's wild.
And so you open a door to a closet, and you just stumble into Nifyx. You've never killed anyone before.
Yeah.
But is there any memory that you find formative to the person you are now?
I think perhaps the scene that Nifyx would see would be when she's a lot younger, probably at school still, and she's come out of a lesson. She has not been doing well in her by the book studies, as it were, and she goes out into wherever they go for recess. I think is the American term.
Yeah. Wait, do you have a different term for it?
We just use like playtime, I think was the term we would use for it. It's like it's really simplified.
Okay, it just never occurred to me that was universal.
Recess isn't a term we use, really.
I learned something today.
Yeah. And Nifyx is not feeling great about herself, and someone pulls out a gaming handheld and offers to sit down and play. And I think this is perhaps the first time that Nifyx realizes, hey, I may not be good at learning stuff, but I can do games real good. And I think perhaps skipping forward slightly, you see Nifyx again playing with this same person, but maybe not being so pleasant this time about victory. There's less of a sense of positivity and this person can see I'm upset and they've invited me to play and it's all a rather lovely scene. I think instead this is Nifyx not only winning, but being a pretty aggressively sore winner. A bit too much showboating going on, quite aggressively. You suck, I win.
She's been corrupted by dark gamer energies.
I think just caring more about the victory than the playing.
Yeah, no, I get you. Like, it starts off as comfort, and then it comes to define you in an unhealthy way.
Yeah, like I think perhaps that's the scene, is the first time that Nifyx was less interested in the game for the game's sake and more for the act of, I won a challenge.
King, you're still carrying around Balthazar, huh?
Yeah.
I think he suddenly starts like squirming and trying to get down and freaking out.
Hey, is everything okay, buddy?
No, you don't you see him? We have to get out of here.
See who?
Hey, right there, the sun bear in the leather jacket.
No,
He's coming back for me, man. I have to get out of here.
I'll protect you.
Balthazar seems like out of his mind in fear, trying to get away. Do you want to restrain him?
No, I want to hug him.
What do you roll to hug?
I don't know. I've never had it happen before.
Fuck off.
Performance!
What's warmth check? Insight?
Animal handling?
Insight, Austin? Okay.
It's a medicinal hug.
Oh, sorry. What is it actually, Austin?
I said medicine.
Medicine?
Yeah, apply a hug
Okay.
directly to the trauma.
20.
Yeah, it's really good. You catch up Balthazar in your arms. You're considerably smaller than him, but you're like steadying him. And whatever is attacking him, he said, is a sun bear in a leather jacket. I don't know if you've ever seen a sun bear, but they look extremely strange. They have like really long tongues, and they have like the Wu-Tang symbol on their chest. This is a real animal, I swear to God.
Wu-Tang Bear ain't nothing to fuck with.
Yo, what's with their tongue?
Yeah, they have a really weird tongue. Aren't they mean, or is that a different kind of bear?
I feel like all bears are mean to humans if you're like in their zone, and they have a good reason to distrust us.
I know, but what if I just want to hug them?
So he's being menaced by the image of some childhood bully, a different bear cardinal who's coming back for revenge for something. And King, you start hugging him, and whatever the threat, the danger seems to pass, and he just kind of hugs you back.
You're okay, buddy. Try another bite of that burrito. There's like some ranch zest in the middle.
Cordelia, there's a dead nun at your feet, which I didn't know how this episode was going to go, but we're here now.
Well, this looks familiar. I'm going to poke dead nun. Poke, poke.
Dexterity contest as the dead nun jump scares you.
That's so rude.
18.
Fuck. Oh, fuck. Crit!
Damn. So
Take
the nun,
that, dead nun.
the nun's like frozen on the floor in like a grim post-mortem rictus, and suddenly like leaps at you, limbs bending unnaturally. What do you do as it just goes right for your face?
Tail in the face.
You just immediately smack her to the ground.
Tail in the face, down like the whack-a-mole, but with my tail in her face.
I think when she gets smacked down to the ground and literally shatters on the floor.
Well, okay, that's weird. I'm going to poke the shards.
When they found the nun's body, she was too badly like freezer burned to figure out what had happened. I think otherwise you would have been caught, like strangling somebody with your scales, which are like basically snake fingerprints.
A fingerprint, yes. Love to be incredibly lucky.
Yeah, you would have been caught much earlier. She shatters on the floor and there's just pieces everywhere, and you start poking them.
Is this like VR? Am I in the Matrix? Hello?
All of you roll perception.
Insight? Cool.
Every episode is a struggle.
Hey, I crit!
Oh shit! The crits today.
7. What?
10.
Everybody's critting and I'm rolling 7s.
Because you're just a man.
That's a botch.
Well, I feel better.
Oh no.
Okay, Austin, we failed the check. There's a crit, a botch. What happens? Go.
This is the most complicated possibility that could have occurred. This is so much extra work for me. Nifyx, can you give me another kind of setup here? Another thing that happened to you along your journey? So like a 3-part act. A 3-act story. The first act, you were lonely and someone gave you a video game. Second act, you started getting aggressive and shitty. And then what's the third act? Now you're a famous streamer, right?
I think perhaps the escalation of this is you can see Nifyx on stage. Big tournament winners just happened. Nifyx has come first place in the solos for 2 weeks, and after the final match, her opponent offers a handshake. There's a lot of cameras and people paying attention, and not only does she ignore this handshake, she sort of actively goes, "No, you didn't win. You suck. Get on my level, scrub," and just sort of proceeds to dismiss this person who, had clearly worked really hard to get there, and goes to sort of stand up confidently, taking her place as the best.
I think as you look out over the crowd, like you're soaking in the adulation and the respect and all the attention that perhaps you didn't get before when you were just a kind of lost, shy, gnome person who felt out of place in Biotopia. And you're looking out over this crowd, soaking it in, and something begins happening to the spectators' faces.
Okay, what's happening?
They start moving unnaturally, like melting and shifting, changing, each one to the next. It's like a sea of melting faces, and it's extremely disconcerting. In fact, you're going to take 12 psychic damage as you feel their malice and their psychological need to see you win in the toll that takes on your personality.
Yeah.
And you feel it as if they're like draining you, like the giant demon mosquitoes you fought in the swamp, but it's their need for your content.
Yeah. Doesn't matter about anything else. Just gotta do the tough thing and win.
So Nifyx, that's your botch. King, you crit. So you comfort Balthazar. I just realized Balthazar the bears are really good. That wasn't even an intentional thing. I do like the way that sounds. And you begin walking through the scene of you and your first kill, and Lloyd like melts away, and you find yourself in another room. It seems like every time you walk into a different room, you're never closer to the entrance. Like you can't go back to the open front door, no matter how hard you try, but you crit. So you do find something interesting, which is you open a door you were hoping to take you back to the entranceway, and you find 2 people sitting in here, people who clearly aren't from your memories because you don't recognize them at first. Maybe you recognize them in a second? Let's see. What's a memory roll?
History?
History? Yeah, how about history?
Now, is this considered a knowledge check?
Because you have disadvantage on all knowledge
Yeah.
checks. No, this is just about remembering. If these people look familiar to you.
I rolled a 9.
So no. So you see, there's 2 people sitting here on the couch. They're both dressed like very like metal. They have like a lot of black on, chains, chokers, a lot of facial piercings, nose, mouth, ears. They both look like really I was gonna say cool, but that's just because
You're a
Because
nerd.
that's what you want to look like.
I'm just saying I've been to multiple Lamb of God concerts, is what I'm saying. They look like heavy metal rocker chicks because they're both women. One's a goat and one is a sheep.
Ah.
And I think the goat is like laying with her head in the sheep's lap. And they're both like wearing like corpse paint. I don't know if you know that, but it's like the black and white makeup on their faces and stuff. They both probably originally had white fur, but you can't tell anymore.
Hi there.
They don't respond to you, and the goat says to the sheep, "Well, they're anthropomorphic, to be clear, Gardenals, not actual animals." But the goat says, "Maybe we could try a different doctor." I mean, just one doctor doesn't know everything there is to know about doctoring.
I'm sorry, did I interrupt something?
They continue to not acknowledge you, and the sheep says, "If magic doesn't work on it, they're not going to discover a new kind of magic. Cam, come on."
I'm going to walk up and tap one on the shoulder.
Your hand goes right through him.
Huh. Ghosts. Or illusions. Or mirror people.
Okay, so Nifyx is being drained by the memories of her vindictive audience. King has stumbled upon ghosts or illusions or something.
Mirror people.
Cordelia and Blake, you guys didn't roll great, but you're wandering around. You can find these. In fact, I think one of you should stumble on one scene and one on the other.
Ghosts! I claim ghosts. What ghosts? I didn't know there were ghosts, but I feel compelled to go over here where King is.
Cordelia, you come in. Maybe you're holding a piece of a frozen nun.
Her face.
Gross. Cool, though.
Hello.
I would say, Cordelia, this is interesting that you picked this scene because you recognize the goat.
Oh shit, it's Camilla.
It sure is. Maybe as 18? 17?
Oh, this looks like important backstory for leader of sect.
Maybe.
Goats, tell me more. Goats, ghost, goats, ghost, goats.
Okay, King. Cordelia walks in behind you and starts speaking in tongues, holding a woman's face. And the goat and sheep continue talking. And the goat says, let's just talk to the leader. And the sheep says, "Cam, this is a faction that worships chaos. They don't know how to cure diseases that are resistant to magic. They're going to tell me to go do like pranks or something. We're wasting our time. I don't have that much."
The sheep is saying she doesn't have much?
Correct.
Okay.
I'm gonna roll Arcana to know what the fuck is happening, like magic-wise, maybe?
Yeah.
12, not very good.
Yeah, you know this house is something is magical is happening in this house. It's basically showing people memories and stuff that happened here. It's not evil, but it's hurt Nifyx, and it would have hurt Balthazar if he had succumbed to his fear. You wouldn't know that, Cordelia, but you know that whatever's happening isn't evil. It's chaotic, but it has the potential to be dangerous because sometimes chaos is dangerous.
Mood.
So, is like the attire they're wearing normally affiliated with any of the factions?
I think, they probably have some Xaositect symbology on them.
Okay. So it's specifically one of the factions, not one of the ones we really have a bunch of dealings on.
Correct. Yeah, the Xaositects don't really have a great formal structure because they worship chaos, so they don't really care about leadership or membership or dues or traditions. They're very, very loose.
How do I join this faction?
I literally, in Planescape Torment, I think to join the Xaositects, you literally have to let some guy slap you in the face.
That's great.
They're kind of lol so random, but it's clearly not helping these two women.
So, since this seems to just be a memory of what happens, I was going to wait until it seems the conversation's reached an end.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if it has it.
Yeah, I think after they finish this conversation, they begin to fade away.
I think the only thing to really do is to try to like leave the house? There's no like windows or anything like that?
So you've seen windows, but it feels like anytime you try to get close to one, you end up in a different room.
Okay. Can I use insight on the house?
That's spicy, yeah.
25.
Hell yeah. Yeah, so there's some kind of chaos magic going on in this house. Whatever it is coming. It's not the building itself. This building was built many years before the Xaositects took it over. It was abandoned by some family that used to live here. The Jasper family, presumably. It's called Jasper House. And then the Xaositects moved in and used it to like throw parties and be cool and non-committal about stuff. And whatever they did here brought this chaos. Curse? I'm using curse with a question mark because you don't know the nature of it. But something's happening magically here that is not the house's fault, but it's in the house. Blake, you stumble upon Nifyx. How does that look?
And so Nifyx is like in a scene where they're like where she's receiving all this adoration from fans, and
yeah, there's a crowd of 1,000 people with melting faces who are sucking the soul out of Nifyx. It's literally like rending her mind asunder, but she's lapping it up because it's validation.
These friends of yours?
Yeah, they're just,
people from your past, major turning point in your life, significant moment.
This is,
yeah, I had one upstairs.
This is what I used to do. These are the people that, needed me to be good at games and stuff, as you do.
It's draining your life essence.
Yeah, these not surreal, huh?
It's one thing when you find a dead body that you killed before. It's another thing entirely when you walk in a room and somebody's getting their life essence drained. You should really do something about that.
Is there a door? Where did you come in? What's going on? Where am I?
And you're into this. This is something that you do. Blake is trying to sort of push away the people that are.
Yeah, it's like an inverse of Blake's thing. She's like, oh, yes, the attention I craved as somebody who was ignored as a child. And you're like, people are looking at me.
Goodness.
It's like, this isn't even possible for Blake is the thing. It's like, it doesn't even enter into a thing that could ever happen to him. So he's just like, yeah, okay.
Is there an obvious way out of this room if Blake, I guess, wants to track me off out?
With the new information, Blake has seen walking downstairs, make an Arcana check to see if I can figure out what's going on here, and I got a 25.
Damn, that's good. I mean, so I'm partially repeating what King just rolled for. So Arcana, there's chaos magic at work. There's something in the house that's doing this. You can leave this room if you grab Nifyx and run off the stage. You'll end up in the kitchen. But yeah, you have to find the source of whatever is doing this, or you won't be able to leave.
I mean, there's something in the house that's causing it. It's I don't know if it's an object or a being but there's something that has a whole bunch of magic anchored to it.
Yeah, now weirdly, both halves of the party are caught up to the same place, even though they weren't the same role.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, assuming Nifyx has been dragged out and is sort of regaining a little bit of, this is where we are, this is what we're doing.
Yeah, we're going to the kitchen.
There was a voice that Nifyx heard from a room before the room that was later stumbled into.
Yeah, I mean, Nifyx wouldn't know this, but it was Camilla talking to her friend.
Okay, so it wasn't anything separate. I'm debating, is there some way that we can circumvent the doorways, perhaps? If we can do something like detect thoughts or detect magic to go, something is over there. Can we break through walls to pretend? I'm trying to debate, is there other solutions other than randomly trying doors?
What if I just start grabbing things off the walls to see if any of them are a secret lever?
Okay, I mean, you can take paintings and pictures down. There aren't any levers. Do you want to expand on this idea, maybe?
Okay, everybody knows You pull the right book out of the bookcase, or you jerk on the right statue, secret doors in the walls open. Spooky house usually has secret doors. So I'm gonna get wild up in this shit. And I'm just gonna smack everything off of every surface with my tail.
Yeah, I mean, you started this investigation flipping all the furniture. That doesn't do anything necessarily.
I'm gonna start tasting the air because I'm a snake, and it'd be fun.
Yeah, I don't know if there's a taste. I don't know if there's a tongue solution to this.
There's always a tongue solution, Austin.
I've found in life there are usually tongue solutions to my problems, but not always.
So, can I don't know why I would have one. Do I have a dice on me?
I can't imagine why.
Do I have a coin on me?
No, but Blake does if you want to suggest out of character to Conrad something.
I mean, could we flip a coin to decide which way to go next? I'm just trying to think if chaos is what kind of controls this house, then leaving it in a more chaotic way of determining things might help.
If you want to go that route of trying to like chaotically randomize what we do, I have that thing where I can make small clockwork devices. Maybe just make a thing that has a bunch of randomized options for what we do next. A little chaos compass.
I'm picturing a very cool, like, beautiful scene here of the four of you chaotically running through the house, and the camera's like zooming out, and it reveals like an MC Escher drawing where people are like running on the ceiling and like passing by each other, but they don't see each other and stuff. Are you picturing this?
Yes.
That's good. I like that.
Yeah.
But Blake's just gonna stop.
Mm-hmm.
And because he's not getting anywhere, you're not finding anything, and he's just running around in circles. So he's gonna sit. He's gonna wait for it to come to him.
Okay, what are you picturing, Blake?
Nothing.
Interesting. Nifyx, you're in the kitchen. You're building some clockwork devices to run through the house. Blake sits down on the ground, and then the ground around him starts to fall apart.
Huh.
Like, as if it's glass that's being slowly shattered. And it's like the area around Blake, as he sits there and thinks about nothing, the area around him starts becoming nothing.
Hey, Blake.
Huh?
You were, thinking about nothing, huh?
Well, I mean, if the whole thing is just gonna screw around with whatever we're thinking about, if I sit here and think about nothing.
Yeah, no, it's working. The place is falling apart around you.
Oh! Yeah. Okay.
So, like, do
well, then, I guess...
do you stick with
what,
that,
we're-
or do we use this knowledge to, like, think about the thing we're looking for?
Well, I mean, it's I mean, there's not a lot of floor, I guess, is my concern. Yeah, that's a bit of nothing.
Yeah, huh?
All right. So, I mean, what we just... But
Do we think about what we're looking for? Is this like a wish fulfillment house? You think of what you want and it'll happen?
And we still haven't found what we're looking for.
Blake starts thinking about Babel.
Ooh.
Nifyx is gonna step back and watch from a distance.
King, so you're just running blindly through the house. You're just like, if I don't think about stuff, then who knows what could happen.
Yeah, I'm imagining. I feel like almost every anime that has a dumb protagonist has this scene in One Piece. It's very specifically someone can read their mind, so Luffy just empties his mind of all thoughts and just relies on pure instinct. So I think that's what King's doing. He's just, without really any rhyme or reason, he's just going through rooms as fast as he can.
Can you give me a dexterity saving throw?
Absolutely, my dude. 14.
So 14's above average. So you're running, and suddenly you turn a corner, you hit like your shins on an ottoman, and you do a front flip, and you land in a bathtub that wasn't there a moment ago. You take the
Whoa! Dick Van Dyke moment.
you take the shower curtain with you, ring by ring, all snaps off, and you land in a heap upside down in the bathtub. And you see, because you're currently upside down, looking like back from where you came from, you see Camilla in the mirror, fixing like her makeup, which is very cool and metal. And you see outside the door, like leaning up against the wall, smoking, is her friend, the sheep. And she says, "This will be the last party. I'm leaving after this. I don't know where I'm going to go, but any faction has to be better than this."
I want to listen intently. King wants to know more about Camilla since she's the leader of the other organization.
The sheep says, "Cam, you just have to accept certain things are outside of your control. I mean, there used to be gods, and people still got sick. It happens." And Cam says, "Maybe the gods just weren't trying hard enough."
King frowns when he hears that.
Cordelia, you follow after King, and you find him in the bathtub.
Are you doing okay, buddy? What, are you having a moment? Should I close the shower curtain around you and leave? Is this a cry in the bathtub situation, or is it a I want to play with the rubber ducky? Is this important? I never know what you're doing.
I want to focus intently on Camilla as I keep going. Like, King seems pretty preoccupied with things right now. And I want to see... He's now kind of lost sight of what the mission is. He's more intrigued with Camilla.
And I can't see this, right?
Yeah, when you walked in, he was just in the bathtub. You didn't see the sheep or the goat.
Okay, I'm gonna leave the room.
Okay. I think actually, Cordelia, you just turn around and slither away, and you catch a glimpse of something. Perception check. Let's see how good a glimpse you get.
I love a glimpse. Crit! I glimpse well!
You can crit glimpse it. In fact, I'm going to put an icon in the chat so you can just look at it with your eyes.
Glimpsed.
The most powerful glimpses.
Oh, I don't know if I like that guy.
Oh, he's cool.
He's shimmery.
It's like a prismatic slot.
He's just a little shimmery. He's a shimmery slot.
It's like a pearlescent slot.
Look at the tummy. That's all shimmery.
So this is a white slod. Yeah, I'm blowing up the picture. It does have some kind of interesting texture
Tummy
work going
situation.
on. Yeah, it's not like paper white like a ghost. It's like...
Yeah, little bit reflective scales thing going on.
He looks like he has a little galaxy in his tummy.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. That's interesting. I don't think that was even the intended effect. It was just like some texture instead of just being like paper white. But this slod that Cordelia sees is the tallest you've seen. Like the blue one was really buff and big. This one's really lanky and like lithe. Its arms are like as long as its legs, and as it walks, it kind of like leans forward and almost puts its front limbs on the ground, almost quadrupedal, but it can stand on its back feet. And it has the most hateful looking claws you've ever seen. You know the velociraptor from Jurassic Park, that scene where Dr. Grant threatens the child?
Yeah, I rolled stealth to follow it. I rolled a 16.
Yeah, so Cordelia, you like duck down and start following this thing. It's enormous. It's twice the height of the blue one, although it's very skinny. It has almost like a oh fuck, what was I was gonna say Slender Man, but I did a Slender Man villain in season 4, so I don't want a Slender Man again.
Well, I mean, he is kind of shaped like the Fresno Nightcrawler.
Isn't the Fresno Nightcrawler a pair of pants?
It's just like a big pair of pants, but his whole like top guy is just like he's like a tube on legs. He looks like he could be pants.
Oh my god, I just double checked and looked at the Fresno Nightcrawler again because I wasn't sure if it was what I thought it was. You're really correct. Holy shit.
I know things.
It does have a kind of Fresno Nightcrawler vibe. That's interesting. But yeah, it looks violently dangerous, this thing. You're following it through the house, and as you turn a corner, you see it sneaking up on Nifyx and Blake, who, I mean, you don't know this, but Blake is trying to summon Babel, and here comes Babel.
Do I know they're in there?
Yeah, you see Blake on the floor and Nifyx standing over him watching him. He's like melting the floor as he sits there, but he's also unknowingly drawing this enormous slod towards him.
I'm gonna use message. I say, hey, there's a giant slod coming upon you. He's coming to get you. He's very big. Oh, this is not in my accent, but maybe I don't always think in my accent. I contain multitudes.
You get that whole message, Nifyx and Blake.
Anyways, big claws, he tall, run. I sneak like a sneaky snake.
Yeah, it has a very slasher movie vibe. You're not sure if you can take this. Maybe if King was here, all four of you could, but with 3 spellcasters, this is more of a run through the haunted house as the killer comes at you with a knife.
In terms of flavor, and to try and give ourselves a bit of advantage here, Nifyx is going to pop one use of bardic inspiration to do cutting words, to try and give this thing disadvantage on its next roll, with the idea here being, oh shit, we've been ambushed. Slow this thing down so we can get a head start getting away from it.
What do you say with your cutting words?
You have by far the least interesting color scheme of one of these we've seen.
Got him.
Oh, so you're talking shit because he's white. I see how it is.
Yeah.
Your goatee is pathetic.
Is that a goatee?
It looks like one.
I thought it was just like a ridge on his chin. Anyway, you give him disadvantage.
Grow a proper beard.
You give him disadvantage on his next roll, and his next roll is initiative. He botched.
Yay!
Oh. Does he slip on a banana peel?
That would be very fun. I mean, he's going into the kitchen, right?
Oh my god! I'd like to think Nifyx is just like eating a banana and just threw the pill.
I was thinking that this because King was here earlier and he was looking through the fridge, so I was thinking King threw the banana peel on the floor.
That's also good. What if we each threw one on the floor? There's 4 banana peels.
The white slotty goes sliding across the linoleum and like crashes into the spice rack, and the team has a moment to run before it's gonna start carving you up.
I slither away towards where King was because he's big.
Nifyx is gonna follow Cordelia.
That's good. Then yes, we should run and find King.
All right, Blake, Nifyx, and Cordelia run back to where where Cordelia left King. You turn the corner to the bathroom, and you find the conservatory.
Where are we going? The bathroom? Is that where he was?
Yes, he's in the bathtub.
He's in the bathtub. So if I go over here, I'm gonna find the bathtub. He goes over to a door. So I'm gonna find a bathtub on the other side of this.
Are you just picturing the bathtub real hard?
So it's a bathtub. Allegedly a bathtub on the other side of this door, right? Opens the door.
Is there a bathtub?
Why don't you roll intelligence?
To know if there's a bathtub?
No?
24.
Okay, yeah. So you open the door, and it is a closet. But as you look into it, it begins shifting and changing, and you begin to see like the outline of King in the bathtub. But the room is fighting you. You're beginning to learn how to exert some control over this.
Yeah, I've seen Dark City.
But King, so that's happening. The white slod regains its feet and begins charging Blake, Nifyx, and Cordelia, who are standing in front of this closet that's undergoing an identity crisis. King,
Yes.
you're in the bathtub. You picture Camilla, the goat cardinal of leader of the Believers of the Source in the current day, and you just focus on her. Did you lose Balthazar?
No, he's hanging on my shoulder still.
Okay, so you guys are just in the tub together, and you focus very hard, and it takes a while. I think, in fact, the room begins to, like, shift and change a little bit, and for a second you think you see Blake, which is weird because he's not Camilla at all.
No, I had to think harder about Camilla because the person I'm not trying to find is I'm not trying to find Blake. I'm trying to find Camilla.
Yeah, so you fight the room back.
Imagine changing channels and you're like, I really want to find Sports Center, and you flick to one channel and it's Blake like, King, wait, no, and then I just click to the next channel because I need to find Sports Center.
Exactly, yeah. So Blake's like trying to break through the signal, and you flip away from Blake, frustrating his efforts. And then it cuts to, I think you see Camilla and this sheep woman whose name you don't know, but they are dressed up very fancy. Their corpse paint is gone. They've significantly lowered the number of piercings they have, lost like the choker and the bracelets with the spikes and so forth. But they're wearing wedding rings now.
Gay. In a good way, obviously.
But the sheep is like kneeling over the toilet bowl and like
Oh no.
hacking up, and Camilla is like patting her on the back.
Is it consumption?
It's the consumption, yeah.
Oh no. The BBC has told me that's the worst one.
But yeah, this is what you're getting. And Camilla says, "Don't worry, Di. I'll do whatever it takes. Nothing in Sigil will be able to stop me."
That's not ominous.
Can I? This is gonna sound maybe strange. Can I?
That's everything you say, Chris.
My penis is really heavy sometimes, so I wake up in the morning.
I forgot about that thing you said earlier.
No. Can I think of Lancelot?
Very interesting. I wish I had something for you, but Lancelot's never been in this building.
Okay, I wasn't sure if this was because this didn't seem like this scene took place in the building, so I didn't know if the magic escaped out where.
No, it did. This is like
Okay.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah, I think they came back for one more time, and they're like, you actually like after the sheep's name is Dido, Dido. After she's done like Ralphing, she gets up and she says, "We came here to get one last look at the place. You said I'm not allowed to burn it down, but I am going to look at it before we leave." And Camilla says, "All right, just take my arm. We'll give it one last look."
All right. As that happens, I'm going to start thinking about everybody else, like the other members of the party.
All right. Roll initiative. Not actually the episode's over, but the next episode is a boss fight against a Slotty stronger than all the ones you fought so far put together.
He did slip on 4 banana peels, though. So his morale must be pretty low.
If he's broken 4 ankles somehow.
He only had 2, but he broke 4.
That's the power of the peel.
Just so chaotic.
The power of the peel. Why didn't we say that earlier? Oh my god, guess what?
What?
It's November.
What's that mean?
That means it's time to do the credits again. And also in America, we sometimes eat turkey, sometimes ham.
They did that in Canada already. Johnny gets 2 Thanksgivings.
Wow, must be nice.
Are you jealous?
I want 2 feasts.
I think as an adult, you can pretty much have turkey whenever you want.
Yeah, but I like it when I don't have to pay for it, and there's a lot of food just given to me because I'm a poor.
You like the state-sanctioned turkey, only when the government lets you have it.
I just want free turkey.
Okay, that's what they say. Other people's turkey. OPT.
Opt.
That's a Magic the Gathering card.
Oh my god.
I can't. There's something broken in my brain. I literally can't not say stuff like that.
Dog, are you okay?
No, tell me about the executive producers for November 2019.
Joseph Tombrello.
Extellaris.
Jade should probably plug fucked. She would like that. Shack Funk someday.
Brent, still every episode of Dice Funk Goatly.
Devin, conduit of evolution.
Speaking of EVs, there's not a new EV for the Sword and Shield. Is that a spoiler?
I think you're forgetting Big Eevee.
Oh yeah,
So big.
Gigantamax EV is pretty good. Evolution.
George. Long mouth. Okay, sorry, Evolution. John Madera, conduit of caramel lattes. Oh, you can't say that in front of Austin. He loves caffeine and caramel.
I do. The Cult of Gorfanax.
Rob Dakin, conduit of delay.
Emily, conduit of small school children, asking why your torso is so big.
Paul Mullen.
Alice in the Purple, conduit of late to the Farscape party itself. I heard Farscape's good.
Christman, conduit of starting racist MAGA rants at dinner.
Is that your family members? I hope it's not you doing that.
Leave that one hanging for you.
Thank you. Toshiro Kuru, conduit of forgetting both my password and birthday and hoping I presumably had more space to go.
Listen, Mercury is in retrograde, so everything you do is totally not your fault. Andrew Grothin!
I also left you hanging. I apologize. I had nothing funny to say about astrology that wasn't also maybe insulting. Andrew Grothin.
Yeah, you hate me. I already said Andrew Grothin. Dr. Goatman.
Oh, you're Goatman.
Francois V.
I'm losing it, folks.
Hedron Master. Lord General Boneshitter.
Lauren's just doing the rest of them. I'm going to go take a nap.
Nifyx Decidia, a lonely gay sheep. Oh no. Random, conduit of would you like a hug? Spooky Jamie doesn't know what costume to wear. None, because you're late, Jamie. Vinny, conduit of boo jobs. Z23619, Kevin Dobbins. Anthony, patron Adora, Morgan Rapp, Haley Anderson, Stefan Latour, Austin's a little bitch.
That doesn't say that.
I was wondering. 'Tis I, Zedster.
She started talking over me, and then I just gave up.
69 Spoopy 420 Sean by Lauren's Ludes. Oh no. A Bozog blew me, a Triple X parody. A goose stole my name.
Rake in the lake.
Rake in the lake. A montage of goth Nifyx staring out into the rain. A werewolf with a Chinese menu in his hand. If the werewolf destroys the Chinese menu, does that mean all the other Chinese menus die too?
Oh my god. Oh my god. How is this your thing?
Because it bothers you so much.
Well, that is basically how you conduct your life. How can I make Austin as uncomfortable as possible at every given moment?
It's not on purpose. I'm just like this. I can't believe how long it took you to realize what I was doing. I was expecting the oh my god much earlier than that.
Aaron Norgard.
Abigail Grace.
Adrian Y.
Aftershock feature chapter head of the Satanic Temple, Nebraska.
Agent Hedgepiggle.
Aki Savalainen.
Albert West.
Aaliyah.
An otter eating a jack-o'-lantern.
Anakin Beefstroker.
See, I do want to make a joke about that, but what if that's just that person's name?
That would be so mean.
Andrew Birmingham.
Andrew Fedgy, conduit of turduckens.
Ooh, I never had one of those.
Oh. You know who's having a turducken this year?
You, I presume?
Yeah, my dad was like, I'll spring for a turducken. I was like, okay.
Andy Harkins.
Anna,
conduit of procrastination.
Antonio, conduit of snacks.
Arachnavolt, worshiper of the Spider Queen and conduit of Halloween B-Day NRG.
Energy?
I think it's like RNG, random number generator, but they goofed it up or maybe did a little silly on us.
No, birthday energy. Anyways, Archduke Archibald.
Yeah.
Archduke Archibald, the huggable cactus.
Ariadne, spinning up a new display name.
That's clever. Arjun de Koenig.
Ash spent $120 on Lauren's titty.
Yeah. Austin Korksky, conduit of best boy itself.
Austin, more Skeksy's voice. Isaac, conduit of gabble, gabble, gabble.
Valve Master.
Becky Toothill, property of Janiac.
BJ, conduit of miniature giant space hamsters.
B-Ray Echo.
Before we continue, I gotta say, I got tiny, slimy nips.
How'd they get so slimy?
Big Time Geddy Lee, member of Big Time Rush.
Blackstone Morgan.
Blue 6.
Boness.
Brady, conduit of spooky, scary skeletons.
Butt Nuttin, Nut Button.
Callum, Muscles, stop trying to steal my name. Turner.
Cameron Abbas.
Candace, listen to Dice Funk. Starling.
Caradwen, conduit of crushing on Austin in a respectful, non-horny way.
Chance, conduit of wasted potential.
Charlie Radis X Slot Machina Chockley.
Chastity Jeans. I thought it says Chastity Jesus for a second. I was like, y'all think Jesus fucked?
Are those Jinkos chastity jeans?
No, there's too much room in the Jinkos. You can get in there real easy.
Okay. Chloe the dog borking at evil light on ceiling.
Bork!
You really wanted to bork.
I did. Christ, I keep. Whoa.
You got some Jesus on the brain today.
I watched an episode of a thing that had Mormons in it.
Mm.
It was fun.
Okay.
Chris, conduit of bad decisions, Walling.
Christopher Charlow.
Coho Blast.
Colton King.
Cordelia, the tube with the tude.
She certainly does have that. Corim has been supporting people on Patreon for a full year now. Yay!
Yay.
Yay.
Cormac the Knife, conduit of knives.
That's a good one. Cosmignon, conduit of Stardust, Ink Master General. Hello.
Hi. Counterfeit.
Sierra Saldana, prophet of RN Jesus.
Q, spooky. Cumber.
We're not doing spooky anymore. We're thankful now.
We're spooky 24/7.
What if you just be thankful for being spooky?
Okay.
Dandy Snuff.
I was going to steal it from you.
You love to steal.
Daniel Marsden, conduit of unnecessary consonants.
Daria, go freaking right.
Dawning Frost.
Deathworm Jim, conduit of Garblins.
Decibel.
Declan Sands.
Dennis Pancake Detlefson.
Did you know there is a Final Fantasy trading card game? I feel like there are probably several.
Dinosaurs are giant birds with teeth.
DM Tau, now I have to deal with player shenanigans.
Don Johnston.
Dorian, conduit of devotion.
Dr. 101.
Dr. Isix.
Dragon Nexus, conduit of taking too long to support you.
It's never too late. Do it now. Subliminal messages. Backmasking.
Dylan and Rylan and/or Dylan and Rylan. And/or Dylan and Rylan and/or Dylan and Rylan.
Oh, it's been 1,000 years.
The dog listening on a lazy Sunday morning. Also dishes.
Dylan, conduit of sorry for the panties. I don't.
Friend, beef boy supreme with extra cream.
I'm RJ.
Ecorin.
Elder dog.
Elderly goose, busy summoning the untitled goose to disrupt lives.
Rake in the lake.
Rake in the lake.
Eleanor Nanate sees Periton, horned vampire lady with depression.
Aline.
I'm gonna need another one on that. There's some punctuation you missed.
Aline.
Oh, damn. Elizabeth Jackalope.
Elusive Lily.
Emma, if Moose is a psyop, I've been deceived.
Empress Quinn. Catch me in Sigil smoking big doinks and trading souls.
I like the word doinks.
I do too.
Indigo Van Dane.
Arwen Lelagadek.
Florian H.
Fubar, conduit of metasyntactic variables.
That's some math shit.
I hate math and you know it.
Francois Arsenal.
Frank Sands.
Ginger beers.
Grapefruit juice.
Graffiti, conduit of rhetorical consequences.
Guinevere Cummings.
Athol Grundiston, first of his name, born of fire and brimstone, redit.
Harley Astor.
You're screaming.
Is this not what you wanted?
Harris and Andrew, I don't know, just like a normal voice?
Do I have such a thing?
Apparently not. So,
Harry, hoping to see that punch monk again.
he's a good Brent for buying Lauren's picks and vids, dogs.
I
Well, I don't
agree.
know how it was so hard to say.
Horny for drama.
They really are. How do I make friends? Regards, conduit of social faux pas.
Ingmar Greemon.
Is this a Dice Funk of Horse crossover episode?
Isaac, conduit of Tux the Penguin. Are you a fan of Tux? I am.
Is it all right to feel like a fat child in a pushchair? Is a pushchair name for a wheelchair?
I don't know.
I learned recently that recess is not a word that's used in England. That was weird.
Huh. It's ya boy, H.P. Lovecraft, back with the fish people.
Damn, he's back at it again with his cat. His name I can't say out loud.
Yeah, it's not good.
Jaden.
James Neely.
Janiac, the spook Miss Dom, is ready to spank some pumpkins.
Jaspel, for goth clowns only.
J. Logan, conduit of queerness, mage of life.
Jen.
Jenny Colby.
Jermaine Walls, conduit of cryptid grappling.
Jess Faget, conduit of veggies.
Joanna the Wrench Witch.
John Carey.
John Potts.
John Barnett, conduit of pillows.
John, conduit of subpar joke names.
Josie, vengeance paladin on hiatus to ship out of fuels. Send help.
Oh, no.
This is really developing into quite a story.
Jew-Man Jack the Ripper was a punk-ass incel.
Julian Phillips, conduit of Kaizen.
Just a jester.
Justin, conduit of getting them good antidepressants. It says drapescents, which I'm not trying to make fun, but I am enjoying that word. It's like some kind of like cool peasants. The drapescents.
Caster UK.
Kate, conduit of holiday-themed regret.
Yeah.
The word conduit has lost all meaning. I've seen it so many times.
Kiefer Lowe.
Kelladry is thankful that her spirit is bound to the awe-inspiring Mitzi.
Who's Mitzi?
I feel like it's their partner, but it also could be a good cat.
Or a dog.
Mitzi feels more like a cat, but
Really?
I'm
I
not.
feel like it'd be a fancy dog who's like a cute little
I'm not
collar.
against Mitzi the dog, but
Colorado Matt.
Ken, conduit of finally writing this goddamn PhD dissertation.
Kenteroy.
Killer Cotton Shizno.
Kaniku fan.
Kitty Foe, warm breathing burrito inside your pocket.
Why is the burrito... 1, why is it in my pocket? 2, why is it breathing?
No one knows.
Christina, conduit of collectivist godhood itself.
It feels like we're roasting the typos this month, but they're all really good somehow.
They make me so happy.
Kyle Badsvik.
Kyle, president of the Drop Goodwood fan club.
Lady Leopleurodon is a Jurassic animal. Austin Misfit. I knew it was wrong when I said it. I just didn't know what the right one was. You know, you're going to take a swing. It's Jurassic, Cretaceous, or Triassic, and you're going to be wrong 2/3 of the time.
Lana Seawolf. Lady of Bones.
Larry Yellingman.
Lars Onerth. Hey, Lars. How do you say that?
Lauren's mom's grown duck, conduit of eating bread.
Also pecks the dog and then has to go to duck jail.
I'm of the opinion that ducks can't peck because their bills aren't pointed. You can only peck with a beak. With a bill, you just bap.
The dog disagrees.
Well, the dogs are adorable.
Levy, the Goody Gob.
Let Cordelia vor, you coward.
Yes.
I feel like that wish is going to be granted by the time you hear the second episode with these credits.
Liam Sutton, conduit of headaches.
Loopy Elephant.
Lauren Cates going for Halloween at 17 pounds of Bozog kicks in a 10-pound bag.
You have to let us know how that went. Did you kick anyone? Have you been arrested? Is that why you didn't change your name for Thanksgiving?
Damn.
Luther, the conduit of conners that keep escaping their cage.
Manticore Deathlord.
Math Tiger asks, what is 280.46 times 1.5?
Math Tiger, what's your problem?
Math Tiger, your phone has a calculator in it.
Matt Collier.
Matt Lackitz is finishing his goddamn PhD dissertation. Oh, the anxiety. We have like 5 doctors in here.
What are they doing?
Nerd shit.
Going to school. Matt Lackitz is No, wait. You just did that one.
Sure did.
Matthew, listen to Dice Funk and Neoscum Schultz.
Maximum Side Boob 9. Call JG Side Boob 877 Side Boob.
That's very good.
Nice.
Majin, conduit of screaming internally.
Melbent.
Melissa the Dice Goblin is swimming in dice.
Michael Hall. Yeah?
What was that?
Michael Hall?
That's so funny.
I don't know.
Michelle Minkler, conduit of autumnal rainbows.
I'm sorry, Mikael. We do it wrong every month.
Oh shit, was it really?
It's wrong. There's no right way to say it for our mouths.
Midlife stasis.
Mike draws you at a meeting. Mike draws. Nope. Fuck. Kill me. Kill me. Just kill me.
Mike draws you at a meet and greet with Sean Paul. Da-da-da-da. That's how that song goes, right?
I don't know. I'm so stupid. I can feel myself getting stupider. Miko from Finland.
Miles, conduit of passing from credits into a one-shot as an ocelot.
That's on Lauren.
You're
She just
welcome.
appropriated your smiles. Modified Matthew.
Mr. Willie Phoenix, Steven Lesbian Seagull, Pooh Bear Shaker.
My Valentine is postmodern artist Cy Twombly.
Namita Aneskins, conduit of
Yeah, they left that blank. They didn't run out of space, so that's what really,
spooky.
makes you think. Nathaniel Deal.
Nathaniel Homan.
Nicholas Dominic.
Nick.
Nicole Woodruff.
No, Shabari and the casino.
I hope that does catch on. October 2, the Spookwool. I'm down for October 2.
Paye Rabjerg.
Pangolin. Period.
Patrick Babcock.
Please call me Ashley. Yes, just Ashley.
Pocket Sundial.
Preston Bowers. I've decided I'm going to do that thing. That bothers you.
You're like the come on down for the price is right.
Pruitt Holcomb.
Pumpkin Spice Criterion.
Pyropsychotic was banned from all libraries.
I wonder why.
That's a very Dice Funk thing to get banned from.
Razumi Yazura.
Remsiv.
Huh.
Mm-hmm.
Rhynconia Pacific Paranoia. Other side of cool. Conduit of orchids.
Robert Chisholm, conduit of efficiency.
Robert Tuthill. Tuthill?
Salad Child.
Sean Lyons Burke.
Simmons, conduit of harder slatty.
Sergeant Rattlebones. The skeleton war rages on.
I think skeletons would definitely beat turkeys.
Yeah.
Not even close. Santa would beat both, though, so.
Shane Sedgwick.
Now you're gonna do it? Shane Ware, conduit of hedonistic pansexual polyamorous switches.
Sin Milk Tom.
Sir Octopus, conduit of chivalrous cephalopods.
Slime King Mike, Lord of the Phlegmathon.
I like how you used Chris's pronunciation there.
He's a good guy.
Is Slime King Mike or Chris?
Both.
Well, I don't know. I've talked to Chris recently.
He's doing his best.
Kind of a goblin. Smiling Sisyphean Cyretha of the Bleak Cabal.
Spaghetto wishes they had BOGO money.
Spaghetto Depressi, I remember you.
Spinel did nothing wrong.
Spore Man Zero.
Squidcap, the conduit of sexy anime clowns missing Halloween.
Yeah, you probably can't show up to Thanksgiving dinner dressed as a sexy anime clown.
Maybe.
That would be a power move. Just like
Depends on who's throwing Thanksgiving.
pass the mashed potatoes. Honk, honk.
That's a goose.
No, it was supposed to be your clown
Nope, all
nose.
honks are goose.
Okay, Stephen Lund, also known as Helgrim Stephenson Yorsky, apparently.
He stole it.
Apparently, I don't know. Have I bestowed that upon people, or was it stolen?
Is it like knighting?
Sternat, conduit of consonants.
Sweet dreams are made of these. Who am I to disagree?
Sydney Marsing.
Tabitha Spokes.
Tales of Inquiry.
Teraflops.
Thankful Flowers.
The cast of Dungeons the Gathering.
The murderous mongoose who's secretly standing directly behind you. I feel like the mongoose has been made redundant by the untitled goose, who is now the new demonic animal haunting all of us.
That's true. The Precursor.
Thick geezer, the chick pleaser.
I don't know. Anna's eating like right behind me, so I hope everyone can hear her little chomps.
What's she eating?
Food.
Thanks for clearing that up. Yes, and I love it.
Titty picks us legal tender 2K20. I had the K because it sounded cool.
Toby Gleason Stack.
Tom Bowers.
TPK'd by my D&D group with witch lights because Austin is a bad influence. I actually really want to see that. Do you just straight up just roll over them, or did they like put up a fight?
I'd like to think it just goes like a vacuum cleaner.
Yep.
What if it's the witch light like riding around on a Roomba?
That's good. I feel like any animal on a Roomba is instant gold.
It's just, it never fails.
They love it.
Trace Marsing.
Transient. Actually, I think I'm going to stick around. Passerby.
Nice.
The plot thickens.
Trees, they are us.
Damn, that's how you would approach that one? I thought it was like Trissitherius.
Trees, they are us.
Okay, yeah, you know what? I see it now. Shanus.
Universal Toby.
Victor Melito, conduit of quietness.
Viscount. Viscount Bumbershoot von Victrola, you busy little sausage.
Is that your Bumbershoot accent?
I don't know. I was gonna, and then I just kind of lost faith before I ever got there.
I don't know. I feel like you have it in you to do a really good busy little sausage.
I feel like you have it in you to say Warren Woolfolk.
Warren Woolfolk.
When do we get a Dice Funk one shot of big gay orcs? Apparently I can't.
I mean, you can. All the players have to do is decide to be big gay orcs. I'm not stopping them. Also, it occurs to me, Woolfolk is a good sheep name.
That is a good sheep name.
We've probably said this before. Every joke's been made already. Willian Vink.
Zephysaurus.
Yam Spice Latte.
Zoltar, the Viking death metal caterpillar, conduit of retribution, and technically it hasn't been 30 minutes yet.
Technically, so let's go through the Patreons real quick. Patreon.com/Austin Yorsky. That's how you get on this list. $5 a month. We record on the 5th. Patreon.com/Weekly Manga Recap. That's Chris, Rolo T on social media. Conrad Zimmerman on social media. He is Patreon.com/ofhorse. And Laura K Buzz everywhere, including Patreon.com/Laura K Buzz. That's how you find her. Lauren, where are you?
I'm on Twitter. Wargalicious. That's WARGLICIOS. But also, you can just like click it. Austin will do the thing. iTunes, which is Apple Podcasts now, Podbean, YouTube, Google Play. I think we're on Spotify. I don't really know how Spotify works, but I submitted it. So if you can find it there, you're welcome. Oh, we're here.
We're here. We're queer. Please like us and subscribe.
Okay, well, yours sounded nicer.
What did you say?
I said, give us money. Listen, we live in a society.
Joker movie 2.
Joker movie 2. Electric Boogaloo.
Anything else?
Stay frosty.
No, don't stay frosty.
Sorry, that's December. Stay pumpkin-y.
That's no... Okay. You know what?
You eat pumpkin pie, bitch.
I would like a pumpkin pie.
Do you know when you eat pumpkin things and gourd things and squash things? November, you fuck.
You're being very aggressive.
Yeah, they love it.
Oh, I'm not leaving it in. It's too mean.
I gotta give the people what they want.
Hurting my feelings?
Chris is so much worse, and you let him do whatever he wants.
I'm playing favorites.
Yes!
Chris always gets the new toys. I don't get the hand-me-downs.
He's like, I hate your fucking soul. And you're like, okay.